1. Ghana's $3.6 million debt crisis, 185 students face expulsion at University of Memphis. 2. Ghanaian students at University of Memphis face eviction over unpaid scholarships. 3. Ghana's scholarship crisis, inexperienced boss ruins goodwill with foreign schools. 1. Ghana's $3.6 million debt crisis, 185 students face expulsion at University of Memphis. Imagine the shock and dismay of 185 Ghanaian students when they learned their academic dreams might be cut short due to a delayed payment by their government. But here's where it gets controversial. Ghana owes a staggering $3.6 million in unpaid tuition fees to the University of Memphis, a sum that could force these students to leave their studies before they even begin. The university has set a hard deadline of August 9, giving the Ghanaian government and the students a mere 2 months to resolve the issue. These students are recipients of a generous scholarship program funded by the Ghanaian government, designed to give them access to world-class education in the United States. However, due to the state's financial delays, particularly following the December 2024 general election, the University of Memphis finds itself in a difficult position. According to Dr. Bill Hardgrave, the university's president, the students are sponsored by the government from Ghana, which has not paid the students' tuition in some time. He emphasized that the total outstanding amount is $3.6 million. Dr. Hardgrave believes that the political transition in Ghana might have impacted the budget, causing this delay. He expressed hope that the situation would be resolved swiftly, stating, "We're hopeful that gets corrected because we'd love to keep those students on campus." Most of these students are pursuing degrees in fields such as science, engineering, and business, making their departure all the more significant for both their personal and professional futures. The Daily Memphian reports that the university has already notified the students that they must vacate their residence halls by August 9 unless the debt is cleared or alternative funding is secured. This ultimatum places an immense burden on both the students and their families, who are left wondering how to navigate this sudden and unexpected turn of events. To address this crisis, the University of Memphis has launched an appeal for public support. They are urging individuals and philanthropic organizations to contribute to the Gary Schwab International Student Support Fund, aimed at helping these stranded students continue their education. With just weeks remaining until the deadline, the future of these 185 young Ghanaians remains uncertain, hanging in the balance between the possibility of continued education and the harsh reality of having to return home without completing their degrees. This situation raises important questions about the reliability of government-funded scholarships and the potential consequences of political changes on international educational programs. What do you think should be done to ensure that such crises do not occur in the future? We encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments. 2. Ghanaian students at University of Memphis face eviction over unpaid scholarships. ***A ticking crisis is unfolding for Ghanaian students studying in the US, and their plea for help is reaching the highest levels of government. Imagine being halfway through your degree, suddenly facing eviction, academic suspension, and the threat of losing everything you've worked for, all because of a financial shortfall beyond your control. That's the reality for 181 Ghanaian students at the University of Memphis, who are now in a desperate race against time. But here's where it gets complicated. These students aren't just struggling with personal finances, they are relying on government-sponsored scholarships. Fred Owuku Budu Opoku-Asamoah, the acting leader of the Ghanaian student group, revealed that the university issued a July 14, 2025 notice demanding all affected students vacate their dorms by August 9, 2025. Worse, their fall 2025 registration has already been cancelled due to unpaid tuition. "We are standing at a crossroads," Opoku-Asamoah said in a recent interview, "and without immediate intervention, we face homelessness and the loss of years of academic effort." The student's predicament raises a critical question: when a government backs your education, shouldn't it also protect your access to it? These students, many of whom are training in high-demand fields like engineering and public health, argue that the Ghanaian government's delayed disbursement of scholarship funds is the root of the problem. Their appeal to President John Dramani Mahama and his running mate, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, is both a cry for survival and a call for systemic accountability. "We are not asking for charity, we're asking for the promises made to us to be honored," one student wrote in a shared statement. And this is the part most people miss: the crisis isn't just about individual hardship. It's a warning sign for a broader system. With the ongoing debate around the proposed Scholarship Authority Bill, which aims to streamline funding processes, critics argue that delays like these undermine national efforts to produce skilled professionals. Is the Ghanaian government doing enough to support its international students, or is this a symptom of deeper bureaucratic inefficiencies? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Should the government prioritize urgent financial relief for these students, or is there a larger conversation about accountability and reform needed? Drop your comments below and let's discuss. 3. Ghana's scholarship crisis: inexperienced boss ruins goodwill with foreign schools. The recent actions of Ghana's Scholarship Secretariat under the leadership of Kwaku Asafo-Adjei have sparked significant controversy, with critics arguing that his inexperience has jeopardized the country's long-standing relationships with foreign educational institutions. Kofi Ofosu-Nkansah, the former CEO of the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program (NEIP), has been particularly vocal in his criticism, accusing Asafo-Adjei of poor negotiation skills that have led to a crisis for Ghanaian students abroad. In a candid Facebook post on July 15, Nkansah expressed his dismay over the current state of affairs, stating that Ghanaian students on government scholarships are now facing dire financial challenges, with many at risk of expulsion due to unpaid tuition and fees. This situation is particularly acute for students at the University of Memphis in the United States, who are under immense pressure to resolve their financial obligations. Unfortunately, the new scholarship boss is an inexperienced person who has messed up our goodwill with the schools abroad with his poor negotiation skills, Nkansah lamented in his post. He further called on the finance minister to step in and address the mounting debts, reminding the government of its responsibility to fulfill its financial commitments. The outcry from affected students has brought the state of Ghana's foreign scholarship program into sharp focus, raising questions about the government's ability to manage and support its students studying overseas. Many students are now grappling with the possibility of having T.